Absolute Duelist here, coming at you with another One Piece video, and in today's One Piece video, we have more cards to talk about, guys. Bandai have released quite a lot of cards over the last couple of days, and we're going to have a look at these cards, see how good they are, and give my general thoughts and opinions on basically how good they are, because I'm hoping for more good Foxy support, I'm hoping for more Vegapunk support, and I just want to see if we get any good Revolutionary Army support, because obviously they made a Dragon deck, but Dragon isn't great, so I want to see if we got anything good for like Bello Betty or Yellow Red Sabo. Like, I want some good cards for these, because these are decks that I actually kind of want to consider playing. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, get into this, look at these cards, and see what has been revealed on the Discord server, because we're not on the website, because they actually haven't updated in a while, and yeah, I wanted to get this video out, and we want to see what's being revealed. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So, I found another source. Right, let's go ahead and start. So, the first one that we're going to be looking at is a new Spandam. Okay, Spandam's getting some new forms. How good is he, though? Okay, so he's a black character, free cost, 4k power slash, and he has 1k counter, and his ability is, on play, place the top 2 cards of your deck in your trash, and give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 cost. Yeah, that's garbage. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, yeah, I guess you're trashing cards, kind of implicating what the new CP cards might want to do, because you want to go ahead and trash cards with like the leader ability and other abilities, and then go ahead and put them back to use other abilities, but I don't think that's good. I really don't think that's good. Like, 2 cost on a 3 cost character, like, come on, like that's even worse than Khalifa, and it doesn't even have 2k counter. I don't think that's a great card there. Okay, what's next? So we got a okay, what do you do? Karina, red character, film, free cost, 0 power wisdom, film, Grand Tessero, 1k counter, blocker, on play, give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 power for the turn. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I think this is going to be like a decent card that you can play in lore, because obviously you do stand around like that 3 to 4 Don range, so the red-purple lore could probably use this very well, but overall I don't think this is an amazing card, because yeah, you do get that decrease, which is very useful, and it is a blocker as well, which is also useful, but I feel like having 0 power on like anything is just really underwhelming. So I feel like this is going to be a decent card, definitely something you would see in like red purple lore, maybe other decks that want to like decrease power when they happen, but I'm a bit skeptical on how good this specific card is, because of like Otama, and there's other cards that are just a lot better that do the same. Maybe if it was decreased power by 3 cost, I could say a lot better, because like we have very few cards that can decrease characters by 3k power outside of like the Gordon and that new Revolutionary Army one that comes out in OP06, I believe. And it's just we kind of need more of that for like red purple lore, in my personal opinion. So 2 cost, it's okay. I don't think it's amazing, but having that on a blocker, I can get behind it. I can get behind it to an extent. It's not terrible. Ooh, a new ace, and it looks like in the style of Dr. Stone's artist to an extent, right? Yeah, it's kind of like the style of Dr. Stone's one, but it's like more hideous. I guess, like I kind of get that vibe from it. But what does it do? So it's blue Portraits D Ace, and it's a 5 cost, 6k power, special, counter 1k power, blocker, okay. On play, draw 2 cards, then return 2 cards from your hand to the top or bottom of your deck in any order of your choice. Okay. So, I get why this exists. This exists because of the ST10, and I believe you would be playing this with the yellow-blue ace. I think the ace is the yellow-blue one. It's like black, yellow, Luffy, red, yellow, Sabo, yeah. So ace is the yellow-blue one. So you'd be playing this with that, but I don't really like this card overall, just because I feel like if it was like, okay, 5 cost, draw 2, put 1 back, yeah, that'd be great, because it means like not only purple has that ability to get additional cards, and I can see why it could be abused maybe in like Nami decks and stuff, because it's got blocker on it as well. But I just like, I feel like Bandai are very scared of making cards for blue that draw just because of Nami's existence. So I feel like the blue cards that say draw just get really abused to an extent, in my opinion, because they don't get the abilities they really deserve, where to draw more than one card. And for a 5 cost, I feel like you just should be able to draw one more card. Like, I just feel like that's fair. Like, it's not terrible. It can be a bit overpowered in some instances, but like, you've already got the stuff like Queen that exists, like, yes, Negs are done to do it, but like, that's purple and I can get that. So I feel like this should have probably had the ability to just draw 2, put 1 back, but that's just personal preference. That's just my opinion on the card. Like, I just have some things when it comes down to this. I think it could be useful though, definitely, like being able to drop this, and if you're playing like a Sentomaru package, then you can go ahead and put back Pacifistas. Yeah, that's very useful, but I just feel like it should have drawn 1 for free anyway. And ooh, a Fisher Tiger. Okay, what does the Fisher Tiger do? Green character, OP07 of course, cost 5, 6k power, strike Fishman and some pirates with 1k counter. This character can attack your opponent's characters on the turn it's played. Okay, so it has rush for characters. Okay, so we're getting the bit of the Rebecca Stadium ability again, where you can go ahead and swing into your opponent's characters the turn it's played. Pretty nice. And on play, if your leader has the Fishman or Merfolk type, rest up to one of your opponent's 6 or lower characters. Okay, that's actually pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the ability to just swing into characters on play is very nice. Like, it's a 6k power as well, so you've got the ability to just go straight into like any small things. You've got the ability to go into like maybe a rested blocker, so you have that ability there. And on top of that, if you're playing like Arlong or you're playing Hody Jones, then you also get the ability to just go ahead and rest something and then kill it. So if your opponent played maybe like, I don't know if they're in Revolutionary Army and they playing Beta of Beta and they played Karasu, then you can go ahead and play this, rest the Karasu, and then just swing into the Karasu as well to try and get rid of it. So, like, this is actually a pretty good card in my opinion. I do like this. This is actually very useful. And there's a little meme in the Discord server saying, come on, card reveals, card reveals. Cool. Right, what is next though? Oh, we got Morgans now. Okay, the Pelican Man or Heron Man, whatever he is, or Albatross. It's one of those. It's one of those. And he is a black character, 2 cost, 2k power with 1k counter. And on play, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand and then reveals their hand. Then your opponent draws 1 card. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's actually interesting, just for the fact that you get to see everything in your opponent's hand but 1 card. So realistically, you're gonna know your opponent's entire hand. You can strategize around their hand, and you can kind of figure out where you want to go with specific plays, which does give you a lot of knowledge and a lot of ideas on how you play that game. Because say you look at your opponent's hand and they have all 2Ks, okay, then you know you're going to be going ahead and swinging for 5s because they're going to have to waste every 2K in their hand to stop the 5s, right? Or if they have a ton of big characters, then you're just going to go start swinging and trying to kill them as soon as possible because they don't have anything to stop you. So I feel like that this is actually a very decent card. It has potential. I'm not too sure how good overall it will be, because definitely there are like downsides to playing this card, but I feel like as a turn 1 play, like, this does have some actually decent potential overall. So like, and you also do give your opponent a bit of advantage, which is a little unfortunate. Like, you do be like, okay, you have that bad card in your hand, they get rid of that bad card in their hand, so you do get something out of it, they get something out of it. But like, I feel like the card overall is actually pretty decent, has potential. Ooh, an ace, the first secret rare of the set. Okay, so this is one of the 2. What is it going to do? So this is Portrait the Ace, yellow character, 10 cost, 10k power, special Whitebeard Pirates. On play, you may add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. Then, if you have 2 or less life, this character gains rush for this turn. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. Just for the fact that you're going ahead and gaining a life, which is just really good to begin with on any 10 cost. It's kind of reminiscent of like Big Mom, and it's very strong for that fact, just because you're gaining a life without having a restriction. So if you're on like 4 life, you go up to 5, which is very good. And also on top of that, if you have 2 or less life after you gain the life, then you're getting a 10k rush character. So I get like the logic behind this. This is kind of like a Big Mom for every yellow deck, because it's very generic. You can play this in all decks, whereas 10 cost Big Mom was only for literally just, well, Big Mom Pirate deck, Karakuri herself, like, it was only for that. So this is kind of like a similar scenario with Big Mom, where you're going to be able to try and take a life from your opponent, take tons of cards from their hand, and I think that's actually really, really decent. Like, that's actually a very strong secret rare. It's nice to see Bandai making more good secret rares, especially seeing as they've only really made 2 good ones out of all of them, which is Katakuri, which is just an insanely good yellow one, and Bon Clay, which is the ETB secret that is just very good as well. Now, I don't like how they made another very good yellow secret, I might add, because of like, it's just like, oh, so yellow gets all the good stuff. But at the same time, it's a very good card, so I'm not underwhelmed by it at all. Like, it's nice to see more good secrets coming out. And oh, a green 5-cost Monkey D. Okay, Monkey D. Luffy. Green. The scene he's doing is when he's about to punch the Celestial Dragon. Love it. Green character, 5-cost, 6k power, Supernova. Love it. And Straw Hat. Okay, so more Straw Hat Supernovas that we can search with Bonnie and Nami. It's green, so we can go ahead and shambles it out. This would just straight up replace Green Zoro in my deck, so very happy to see this. And let's see what this does. If you have 3 or more characters, your 3 cost or lower characters other than Monkey D. Luffy cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effect. Yeah. This is what we needed. Oh my god, yes. Guys, this is what we need. This is what we need for lore. Like, there are so many effects that are killing our Namis, our Dedans, or like just blockers in general. They're killing our small stuff. And this card right here says, we are losing nothing. You can try and hurt us. You can try, but your Lucci, your Fire Fist, they don't touch us anymore. This card protects us. So we now have protection for the biggest issues. Oh, I can't wait for OP07. Lore making a comeback. Doflamingo, like, could potentially making a comeback. Like, this makes me happy. This makes me happy. Okay. Very, very happy with this. And then we got a Jinbei. Okay. Now, I did actually see this card before, which is why I said Dofi's making a comeback. So let's go ahead and read it together. Jinbei, blue character, 4-cost, 5k power, Fishman, 7 Warlords of the Sea, Sun Pirates, counter 1k. On play, play up to 1 4-cost or lower 7 Warlords of the Sea type character other than Jinbei from your hand. So, guys, Bandai giving us OP01 support, finally giving us more cards that will boost these decks and make them better again. You got a Jinbei that can play like your characters in hand very easily, so you're stacking this to the top, getting 2 5-costs for free in Doflamingo. Absolutely insane. And then you're getting the Monkey D. Luffy with like guys, Bandai are giving us the goo. They're giving us the good stuff. So very happy to see this. Like, lovely Doflamingo support. And oh, okay, a Tony Chopper. And it's the one from the Foxy Pirates. Okay, so this is when he was actually on the Foxy crew for like, what, 3 episodes or like a chapter. So like, let's see what this does. Okay, Tony Chopper, purple character, 2 cost, 0 power, and has 1k counter. Blocker though, which is good. On play, if your board has less Don or Don to your opponent, add up to 1 Don from your Don deck rested. Okay. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot, because this is actually usable in a lot of decks. Like, I can utilize this in red-purple lore. I can utilize this in any purple deck, realistically. It's a blocker, so this is just generic support for everything. And it boosts Foxy, giving it more ways to get Don, meaning you can use Foxy's ability more consistently as well, which is just really good. So, like, off the bat, great card. Very happy with this. That Chopper's very good. And this is another secret rare, if I remember right. Like, there was speculation on if this was a secret rare. And this is Subo, black character, 8 cost, 9k power, Revolutionary Army. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, kill up to 1 of your opponent's 5 cost or less characters, and up to 1 of your opponent's 3 cost or less characters. They give us a Luffy that protects our Weenie Hut Juniors, that protects the Namis, protects the Dedans. And then they release this for black, that can go ahead and remove the thing that protects them? For God's sake! Oh no. Like, I'm not against this. This is actually a very good secret rare as well, I think. Like, I believe this is secret rare. Yeah, it's secret rare. And I'm like, this card is... it's good. It's very good, because it's a removal for 2. It's an 8 cost. It's a 9k power. There's really no downsides to playing this card. I think Stussy's probably better just because it can remove any cost character, but like double removal cards are so annoying to me. I just really don't like them. But I guess 5 and a 3 is actually kind of fair. Like, it's a range that kind of isn't terrible overall. Like, I feel like this is gonna be actually used in like a lot of decks. Like, will probably be used in like every black deck if it's like the black deck's generic. So I can see this being used in like Gecko Moria. I can see this being used in like, I'm not too sure what else I'd use this in. I'll be using Gecko Moria. I might use it in Pure Smoker if I did play Smoker. Like, there's not a lot of black decks, like pure black decks, that I could say this would be fully used in. I don't think I would use it in Sakazuki, because, like, I feel like that's not really necessary. But, like, nonetheless, it's a very decent card. I feel like it can have potential. And there's Dragon's Altar. I believe we've talked about this before. And we've got a new Sengoku. Okay. Blue character, 1 drop, 2k power, Navy, 1k counter. Alright. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Okay. This is a blue 1 cost that says look at the top 5 of your deck. Did they make another Navy Searcher? Like, you guys can see it. I'm not looking at it right now. I haven't read the rest of this text. Reveal up to 1 card with the okay, so it's a 7 Warlords of the Sea Searcher. Interesting. And add it to your hand and place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, that's actually interesting to see. Sengoku being a 7 Warlords of the Sea Searcher. Now, do I think this card is good? I think it's definitely usable. I think this is something we would use to search like the 1 cost Dofi, then look at the top 3 cards of our deck, go ahead and stack them after that. So we essentially can search out a stack card, which is pretty decent. But I feel like you would rather use this as a spot for a stacking card. So you could technically use this for a lot of stuff. You could use this to search the Mihawk to go ahead and 2k counter. You could use this to search specific cards to go ahead and play off Jinbei on the top of your deck, which would be pretty decent. I'm not too sure how good this card would be in Doflamingo. Like, this is definitely something you would use in, like, probably the Boa Hancock deck, because that does have a couple of 7 Warlord cards that you would search, but I'm not too sure overall how you would utilize this. Would you use this in Dofi? And that's a kid. Okay. 5 cost kid. Alright. So, 5 cost kid, character. It's a promo. Is it promo? Can't really tell there. It looks like it's a promo. Yeah, it's got P there, so it's a promo. Okay, so this isn't an OP07, but let's see what it does. Okay, Supernova Kid. If this character is rested and it's... We don't have the color. Can we not see the color down there? No, we can't really tell the color. It kind of looks like it's in the green section, I think. Like... Yeah, it's kind of in the green section. It's very hard to tell. But yeah, so if this character is rested, your opponent cannot attack any card other than this character's named useless Captain Kid, not useless. So this is a low costing 8-drop kid. They made a 8-cost kid as a 5 cost. And I'm pretty sure that's green. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's very hard to tell. But, like, if this is green, it's a supernova, it's searchable, it's very usable in lore. Like, I would use this in lore, play this down, rest it with a swing, and then just end up being able to, you know, have a 6k lore leader. Because they can only attack this. So, that's really strong. That's really good. Okay. That's actually a very good card coming out. Right, what's next? What's next? And... Bonnie, more pizza. Alright. 1 cost green event. Bonnie, Pirates, and Supernova. Main. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 card with Supernova type, besides more pizza, and add it to your hand, then place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. With trigger, draw 1 card. Okay, so this is an event that just searches a Supernova. Basic, decent. These always have uses, so I can't really complain. Would we use it in lore? Probably not. Bonnie deck? Most likely. And also probably the Film Kid deck or any deck that would play Supernovas, right? Green. So that's pretty decent. Next, Demonic Aura 9 Sword Style Ashura Demon 9 Splash. Okay, another sword style from Zoro. Green event, 2-cost Supernova Straw Hat. Main, up to one of your leaders or characters gains 3k power during this turn. During this turn? That's a 2-cost event that permanently increases the power of a character by 3k this turn. It's a main... Oh, okay, it's a main ability, not a counter. I was like, what? Alright, then you may rest one of your opponent's 3-cost or greater characters. If you did, rest up to one of your opponent's characters of 5 or less. Okay, so you rest one of your 3-cost or greater characters, and then you rest a 5-cost or less character. I mean, I don't think that's terrible. I don't think it's great, though. Like, I feel like it definitely has its uses. Like, definitely is a card that is decent, because being able to play this, rest something, pretty good. Now, what I don't like about it is that you've got other 3-cost events that essentially do what this does, with like Houndblaze that can go ahead and just put something to the bottom, boost something by 3k. You got the yellow one that rests a character and then also boosts by 3k. Why does this one have to rest your own stuff? Like, to rest something of your opponent's? Like, I feel like that's a little underwhelming, and it's a little unfortunate for me, in my personal opinion, where green is just getting kind of like done in a bit on that. So I feel like it's just very underwhelming there. But what's its trigger? You may rest up to one of your opponent's 4 costs of their character. Okay. So you give it a downside on its actual ability, and then you make it only 4 costs. Do the Gibson. Just say you can rest anything. Like, that's my opinion on this card. Like, this card has decency. Like, it's pretty decent. Like, you can just go ahead and rest, like, a 3-cost character. You could rest something you played that turn. Rest a 5-cost blocker, which is decent, and also gain 3k power. But overall, I think this card is just very lacking, because you have to rest your own character. It feels very unfortunate that you have to rest your own thing to do something to your opponent's cards. It just feels down. And, okay, so we got Perfumer Themer. So this is one of the Boa events. Okay, 7 Wonders of the Sea, Akuja Pirates, 2 cost. And main, up to one of your 7 Wonders of the Sea type characters or leaders, cards gains 2k power. During this turn, your opponent cannot activate blockers when the selected card attacks. So, this is Diablo Jambe that boosts by 2k. Okay. Yeah. I would 100% use this in literally Dofi's deck. Because Diablo Jambe, which gives you 2k power, it's a free Diablo Jambe that says your opponent cannot block. No downsides. No downsides. This card is sick. And it's got trigger draw 1 card, which makes it even better. Okay. Sure, thanks. And, okay. We're going to claim the One Piece. Purple event, 1 cost, the 4 Emperors and Land of Wano. Main, if your leader has the Animal Kingdom Pirates or Big Mom Pirates type, there's no purple Big Mom leader. Okay. It doesn't, there's not really a color combination that supports that, but alright. So if they have either Big Mom Pirates or Animal Kingdom type, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Animal Kingdoms or Big Mom Pirates type card other, and add it to your hand. Then place the remaining cards on the bottom of the deck. Trigger, activate this main effect. That scares me. That scares me. And it scares me for one reason. Like, not the fact that it's a searcher that can search both Animal Kingdom Pirates and Big Mom Pirates. It's the fact this can search Onigashima. Purple Kaido will make a comeback with this. And with all the purple support that we've been getting over all of the sets, this is a card that will literally mean, okay, we're running 8 Onigashima and we can guarantee to see it in our opening hand. That is scary. That is actually kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Okay, so that's a very good card for Kaido in general. Okay, so we've got a new yellow event, okay, Flame Split. So that's what, that's Kanemon cutting the dragon's fire in half. 1 cost, main / counter, okay. Interesting to see a butt double. Give it to one of your leaders or characters 1k power for the turn. After this, if your opponent has 2 or less life, rest up to one of your opponent's 4 cost or lower characters. Okay. This is a Gibson in yellow, and it's a 1 cost. And trigger, rest up to one of your opponent's 4 cost or lower characters. That's really good. That's really good. Like, no, this is generally really good. Like, this is a Gibson for yellow. It has trigger, rest a character. Well, rest 4 cost character. And also gives you counter. Like, sure, Gibson was a 2 cost that gave you 4 counter, and also just rested a 4 cost as well. But, like, this is an entirely different color. That's actually decent. Okay, that's nice. Next, though, we have Tempest Kick. Okay, CP0 support, or CP9 support, I should say, because it's a black event, 1 cost with the ability that says draw 1 card. Okay. After this, if your trash has 10 or more cards, okay, give up to one of your opponent's characters' neg-free cost for this turn. Let me read the trigger. KO up to one of your opponent's free cost or lower characters. It's potentially a better Great Eruption, and I say potentially very loosely because you have to hit 10 cards in your trash for you to get that ability. So yeah, it's kind of a worse Great Eruption if I'm being honest. Like, Great Eruption is good because on turn, like, 3, you can go ahead and Great Eruption, decrease something, drop a Lucci, right? This, though, this requires you to have 10 cards in trash, so you need the setup. And on top of that, you get the draw anyway, which is nice, but it only negs it by 3 cost if you have those 10 cards. And its trigger, it only KOs in a 3 cost character, which is like, yeah, good and all, but I feel like this is a very underwhelming ability, and it could have been a lot better. Like, I don't feel like, maybe if it said 6 or 5, like, because I get why it has that on it. It's like, it's to prevent Lucci from being like super good, and it's to prevent Black from getting overpowered with like a 3 cost 1 cost draw card. But like 10 cards in trash, that's a bit deep, not gonna lie. Oh, Revolutionary event. Okay, Galaxy Wink. Red event, 1 cost, Revolutionary Army. Main, give up to one of your characters with Revolutionary type army 2k power for this turn. After this, give up to one of your opponent's characters neg 1k cost. Trigger, activate main. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, I get the idea behind it, but it's only usable on characters and not leaders. So because it's only linked to characters, I don't think this card is good. Like, the decrease is nice and all, but yeah, I'm like, if you can't even put it on your leader with this kind of ability, nah, I'm good. Alright, so, okay, a Foxy Pirate card event. Noro Beam, or Slow Beam. Purple event, 1 cost, Foxy Pirates. Counter, neg 1 Don, give it to one of your opponent's leaders and character. 2k neg 2k power for this turn. This is a 1 cost Hell's Judgment for Foxy Pirates. That's good. That's good in my book. That's actually a really decent card. Like, Slow Beam says, I'm going to decrease your leader and character by 2k power. Now, yes, it's got less reduction in comparison to Hell's Judgment, but this is a 1 cost, so you can utilize that Don on other things. So, yeah, I like this. This is good. It also fills the theme of like the Foxy Pirates, where it's like, okay, slow beam, 2 hands, something like that. It's why I really like the Foxy leader. I do really like the idea behind it. And Stealth Black, Ranger support. Sanji, purple character, 6 cost, 6k power. Straw Hat. I mean, yes, but I wish it had Germa on it, just because obviously I want to search it. 2k counter. Alright, respectable. While you have 2 or fewer Don cards, then your opponent, if your hand, in your hand, this card costs 3 less. I mean, I shouldn't complain, I really shouldn't complain, because I feel like this is good, because it also has blocker on it. It's like, it's a 2k counter that has blocker on it, can cost 3 on less than your opponent, and it's in your hand, so you could play it off like red purple lore. So I would play this in red purple lore, just for the fact that, yeah, I go down by 3. I'm then going to play this, which is a 6k character with blocker, and essentially make my leader a 6k for a bit. But I'm just very underwhelmed by it. Like, I feel like this card could have been way better. I wish it had like usability. I really wish it had usability in Reiju, because yes, it's a purple, and yes, you can play it in Reiju, but I wanted it to be stealth black. I wanted it to be usable in Reiju, because I've been testing Reiju, so it's like, this is a good card. I'm gonna use it in like red purple lore, because like this is actually very usable in red purple lore, but it's just unfortunate for me. I feel like it's okay at best, which is a little unfortunate. Oh, okay, we got more Vegapunk support there. We got Shaka. Okay, so he is, don't know his cost. He's a 6k power, so he's probably 5 cost like all the others. I doubt he'd be higher than that, because it conflicts with the ability. We don't know his counter yet. He's got blocker, and it's got trigger. If your leader is Vegapunk, play this card. Good, good. That's what we all want to see on all of the Vegapunk cards. We want to see trigger, play this card, because we want that ability. That's like the good thing. And ooh, a green Otama. Okay, Otama, green character, 1 cost 0 power, land of Wano, 2k counter. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 green land of Wano card other than Otama, and put it into your hand. Then place the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Well, Land of Wano eating good. Like, they've got 2 searches now. They've got Otama that can go ahead and search, and they've got Momonosuke that can go ahead and search. That's really, really good. Like, I really do think that's a good card. Like, damn, green getting all the good stuff. Plus it's a 2k counter on top of that. Like, this is what RP should have been. Like, this is legit what RP should have been. I'm very happy with Otama. Cool. And the traitorous York. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Cost 5, 6k power, scientist egghead, 1k counter. On play, you may add the top or bottom card from your life to your hand. KO up to one of your opponent's 2 cost or lower characters. Okay. Trigger, if your leader is Vegapunk, play this card. Okay, so personal opinion, the ability sucks. I'm taking a life in a 2-life leader deck to essentially go ahead and kill a 2 cost. If it said kill a 4 cost, I'd be happy with that. That's fine, because I'm taking a life, right? It's kind of like similar to Thunderbolt, but my issue is that it's only a 2 cost, so you're really not going to be killing anything with this ability, so you're never going to use it. But of course, it has the good ability that says play this card, so I'm not upset with it, but I feel like it just wasn't made correctly. Like, cards that kill low cost and have no cost reduction just don't really work for me overall, because they don't really seem to have a point to them, and that's why I'm kind of skeptical about them. But let's continue. And oh, another purple Luffy, and it's Afro Luffy. Okay, Afro Luffy. What do you do? Purple Luffy, 6 cost, 7k power, Straw Hat Pirates. Activate main once per turn. Neg free Don. Okay. If your opponent has 3 or more characters in play, okay, set this character as active. This card is terrible. Oh god. Are you telling me your opponent has to have 3 characters plus you have to neg 3 Dom just to set this as active? That's awful. That's actually terrible. That's an awful card. But we've got something that could potentially be better, which is Yellow Frankie. Okay, what does Yellow Frankie do? Yellow, 4 cost, 5k power, egghead, most likely Straw Hat as well on the other typing, 2k counter with trigger, draw 1 card, then if you have 1 or less life, play this card. That's not bad. Like, that's not bad. Like, more cards that say play this card, I'm not going to be against. And plus, it's a 2k counter that can draw a card and play it. So, like, that's just a decent card. Like, being able to play this and draw is always going to be good. It's like Shirahoshi, but it doesn't, like, shuffle up the hand a bit. And we've got a Nico Robin, which is a vanilla, but it's Egghead, free cost 4k power, trigger if your leader has the unconfirmed Egghead type, draw 2 cards. Okay. So this would literally be, I put her in life just so I can make my hand slightly bigger. Like, that's the whole reason behind her. She has no other purpose in my mind. It's just to be able to draw more cards. That's kind of what I see here. We've got an Usopp as well, yellow Usopp. Okay, so yellow character, 1 cost, 2k power, ranged, Egghead, Straw Hat Crew. 2k counter, we like to see the 2ks. Trigger, up to one of your Egghead type characters or leaders has 2 power until the end of this turn. So essentially, you trigger this, Vegapunk goes to 7k. Pretty good. A full turn of like 2k counter is always going to be decent, so like, I like this. This is very decent. And another Revolutionary Army event. Okay, so we got Dragon's Breath. This is when Sabo used it. Red event, 2 cost, main. Okay, please be good because the last one was kind of crap. KO up to one of your opponent's power of 3k or less characters and up to one of your opponent's 1 cost or lower stage cards. Trigger, activate this main effect. Okay, so Red has now got on a card that can remove stages. This is the 3rd card, I think, that can remove an opponent's stage. Can only remove a 1 cost stage though, which is a little unfortunate because I don't think we have an abilities that can decrease stage cost. So that is a little unfortunate. But nonetheless, this does have utility, especially being able to remove a 3 cost or less, which is nice. And if your opponent, well, if you're up against a deck that would use 1 cost stages, such as maybe Reiju, this can go ahead and remove that. So I can see utility with this, which is very nice. And oh, we've got some alt-art leaders now. Or is that character? No, that's a leader. That's a leader. So we've got alt-art leaders now. So the Boa Hancock looks very nice with like the background. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the OP04 style of leader, but like depending on how the foiling goes, it might be better because the OP04 foiling was kind of unfortunate. But the Boa looks very nice here. Like I do like that background, the scenery. It's very nice. The Lucci, yeah, he's okay. He's okay. I'm not against it. I feel like he should have probably been with the pigeon as well. Like, where is this pigeon, man? Where's what's his name? Haku? Like, I can't remember its name. Foxy. Okay. There's some mysterious things going on with Foxy here, yeah? Like, there's some mysterious stuff. Tell me what you think. But that's the alt-art leader, which is nice. And, oh, before we go further, we've got an alt-art, well, another Rob Lucci character, which is pretty interesting. It's 5 cost black, 6k power, CP 0, 1k counter. On play, return up to, well, you may return 3 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Your opponent discards 1 card from their hand, okay. Then your opponent places 1 card from their trash to the bottom of their deck. This card is garbage. Like, come on. Like, you're telling me Rob Lucci, the strongest CP agent, can't KO a character? He can't KO a character? Are you serious? This man who fought Gear 5 Luffy cannot do that? No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, that's garbage. That's just so garbage. That's trash. Come on. And oh, so the manga of this set is Boa though. That's nice. The 6 cost one. And now we've got Vegapunk. I actually won this all-out leader. That actually looks really nice. Like, this is the manga styles, and I really like this. This looks very nice. Especially you, number 5? I think it's number 5. I really do like that in the background. Like, I do like this artwork. That's beautiful. I want that. Okay, and Zoro. Okay, Zoro. Punk. Egghead Zoro. Okay, so yellow, 5k, well, 5 cost character, 6k power, Egghead Straw Hat, 1k counter. Trigger, if your leader has the Egghead type, rest up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a Punk Gibson. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I actually think that's a pretty decent card. It's not an amazing card, but it's very decent. But that is all the cards, guys. So all of these new cards have come out. These are actually some really good support cards here. Very much liking the Egghead cards. Like, they're all very strong in my personal opinion. CP cards, not very impressed by, and same by Revolutionary Army cards. Like, none of them are really good in my eyes yet, so we need to see what more comes out for those. but I'm really liking the look of Vegapunk. I'm really liking the look of Foxy. I'm enjoying how they're making more Land of Wano searches, so you can potentially use this in like Kinemon to go ahead and have a turn 1 play if you do go first, which is nice. Like, you've got a lot coming out. Like, a lot of this stuff is great. Sanji, Stealth Black, you're a disappointment, but you're not terrible. And I think some of these cards are actually all really cool. This one is especially scary. Like, Purple Kaido could come back with a Fury just because this card's release. And we've just got a lot of decent cards. Supernova cards, red-green Law card support coming out. You got Chopper that also supports some stuff. You got Dofi support, which really makes me happy to see that. You got protection, like you got generic 10 cost for every yellow deck, which is nice. Like, there's just a lot of cards that came out here that I'm very, very happy with overall. But in my overall opinion, Revolutionary Army, not great cards. Supernovas, very good cards. Warlords, great cards. And then you've got like CP0 and the Revolutionary just getting shafted. Like, they're not getting good cards in my opinion, and that's very, very unfortunate. But nonetheless, guys, tell me what your thoughts are on all of these cards in the comment section below. I hope you did enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more One Piece content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Absolute Duelist signing out. Later.